What's up, bitches? It's your favorite drag king. Some guy. Oh, I'm supposed to...
Some guy? You want to introduce yourself to your fans out there?
No. I'm kind of a big deal, so you should know who I am. I'm Kendall Hex Di'Angelo, and welcome to another episode of Boys Night. God, I feel like it's been a while since I last did an episode of this shit.
I mean, the last time you did one was my birthday weekend, actually.
Damn, it's been a month.
No, it wasn't my birthday. It was the week before. Something around that.
It's been over a month. Fuck. Well, I guess it's been a month. Fuck if I know. We're talking about straight topics. So if you're a straight person, you should feel right at home. Actually, this week's topic is not particularly straight. It's Dragula. We're talking about the new season of Dragula. Finally, a drag show that I actually like watching. Not the stupid pastel color crap I see on Drag Race. Not saying that it's a bad show, it's just not my cup of tea. Oh my god, of course they would do this. Of course they would. The Boulet Brothers would call it season 666. Well, you know, technically that's not accurate, because that would be season 666, and you've still got about 660 seasons left to film until you make it there.
Sorry, I was moving your mouse, Kendall.
Did I give you permission to move my mouse?
Some mouse.
Beg for forgiveness.
No.
Beg for forgiveness.
No.
Beg for forgiveness.
No.
He's secretly begging for forgiveness. So I've decided to title this show Kendall's Drag Dumpster. Because dumpster should be a recurring theme. Because it's disgusting and filthy and funny and deserves to be thrown out. And we'll be sifting through the garbage. Oh, there's a lot of that on the first episode that I saw in terms of drama, but we'll talk about that later. And we'll see who's getting smashed and who's getting trashed. Now, of course, if you're watching the video or listening or have any sort of functioning sense of cognizance, I'm not alone. Who are you?
You see... Mommy even, AJ even wrote cue cards for you, and you even forget my name on a daily. And you have sex with me every fucking night.
I'm letting you introduce yourself.
You're supposed to be introducing me.
Respect you.
I am a guest on your podcast.
Yeah, but I'd like you to introduce yourself.
I would like you to introduce me.
He's shy. His name's Sam. He's an emo, gender fluid drag artist. So... just like me, to help you tolerate this podcast, alcohol consumption is highly recommended. And so let's get into it. So, Sam, what's your favorite thing about Dragula compared to Drag Race?
Spookiness, more horror. They go above and beyond about the weirdness. Drag Race is still coming around to that fact. Two more things to think in my head. I love the music and the style. I love how, there's no kind of... really... you don't hear a Boulet song over a runway.
Yeah, you just hear, some fucking dubstep. Some dark electronic music.
I love how also it lets the artist, actually... well, instead of walking around the runway, I know that is kind of a performance, but instead they get to perform with their runway. Yeah.
Yeah, I always found the Dragula runways to be much more entertaining and energetic than the Drag Race.
That's because you don't like fashion.
Well, no, I just don't like...
No, because if we mention this, you don't like fashion runways.
Well, it's a mixture of that, and also I don't like pretentious, catty bitches. Alright, so if you had to face one of those extermination challenges...
Oh, I forgot one thing.
What did you forget?
Michelle Visage.
Okay. Did you get it all out of your system now?
Yes.
It's all out?
Yes.
We can move on, right?
Yes.
You don't have anything else to say, right?
We can move on.
I'm just making absolutely sure because I care about you.
Oh, for once.
So if you had to face one of those extermination challenges, which one would be the absolute worst for you? What do you think you would just bomb and pussy out hard on?
Well, considering that I am in AJ's head, and considering that AJ is me out of drag, anything that has to do with bugs or reptiles, because that's his worst fear.
Locking you in a dark room for 12 hours, waiting for your sleep paralysis demons to kick in.
Well, that'd be you.
Actually, that wouldn't be me.
That'd be you or your friends.
No, that wouldn't be me.
Also, you know what I found out today?
What'd you find out?
Apparently, there's someone, like, because I was watching Conjuring stuff today,
Mm-hmm.
and I still have to finish tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Valak from The Nun, right?
Vaguely, yes.
Supposedly, not in our storyline with drag, but supposedly, they're a high member of the Hell Council.
Ah, okay. Well, it always helps to incorporate fictional characters into your hell fantasy. That's nice.
No, Conjuring's actually based on a true story, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Valak is a true person.
Oh, okay.
That's a real demon.
Christian mythology, I guess.
You don't believe in demons, do you?
I do not believe in religion.
But it's not religion, it's demonology. I guess it's sort of a religion because you're praising to Satan.
I believe in myself, and I believe in you too. You can do it.
I guess I just wanted to throw that fact out there if you never knew it.
You can do it. I'm proud of you, son. Let's go play some baseball. I'm going to throw the ball at your head at 300 miles an hour. I don't know when it comes to extermination challenges. There are things that make me uncomfortable, but what really freaks me out is something that poses a legitimate danger to me potentially dying. And if I'm on television or in a haunted house, I know they can't kill me.
Well, they have those sorts of things where it is a simulator where you do go through as if you are dying. That's really true. It's really out there. You didn't know that?
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's up the line of how they have the pregnancy simulators.
Well, even then, though, it would always be in the back of my head of, I'm on a TV show. They're not going to kill me.
I think I was watching, well, thanks to you changing AJ's algorithm on YouTube, Kendall. I think I was watching
Thomas the Tank Engine?
No, I was watching actually a video popped up one day where they actually took the people through the simulator, have them pass out for hours.
Let me guess. Is it like a sort of system where it drains the oxygen from the chamber and they asphyxiate? Is that how it works?
I'm not sure.
I would assume that might be a way they do it. I know that's a method of euthanasia.
When we have our first break, I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, you got to show me that. Yeah, I watched a video on euthanasia, and that's one of the ways they do it. They'll stick you in a chamber and replace the oxygen with nitrogen, and that'll cause you to get high and drop dead. Very controversial, but still a pretty cool way of killing someone.
You know another way that I think you'd be scared of? Do you like water?
Yeah, I like water.
Do you like swimming?
Yeah, I like swimming.
Now imagine you were in those kind of tanks.
Like a sensory deprivation tank?
I'm not sure what they're called. It's they actually go through those simulations where you act like they actually drown you for
Oh, waterboarding? No, waterboarding's different.
Waterboarding would be a good extermination challenge.
Oh yeah, waterboarding would be fucking great, so long as it's done properly.
As they do it in the I can't say that because Siri will pick up.
Look, the bottom line is with an extermination challenge or any sort of fear factor crap, the important thing is to breathe and remain calm and understand that while what you're doing sucks, it's not going to kill you.
Well, I'll have you know, your wife is a pussy. She'd rather pussy out because of AJ, and she's like, I'd rather do a lip sync at the end of the day.
Yeah, Samara's a massive pussy. What a fucking coward. Bitch. So who's the most iconic Dragula contestant of all time? I just read that straight off the script. I would never say iconic.
Okay, there's only... Are we talking about early, or are we talking overall?
Overall.
I'm gonna have to say probably. Can I list 5?
You get 3.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give the number 3 spot to either Throb or Landon.
Okay.
Because represent Drag Kings all the way.
Mm-hmm.
That number 2 spot's gonna have to go to Bitch.
Okay.
Probably that number 1 spot is either gonna have to go to either Majesty or Dolly.
Okay. My most iconic is, of course, Landon Cider, for obvious reasons. Drag King representation.
That's a surprise. I thought you would have picked Throb. I know how
Landon
much you
Cider
go
won.
for him.
Landon Cider won.
That's a valid opinion.
Well, it's my opinion, so it's always going to be valid. See, I'm smarter than most other people.
Just because you're a Maddie's head.
Well, even without Matt, I'm smarter than most people. And I've slept with more people. So because my body count is higher, my opinion is automatically more valid than most other people's.
I'll have you know, I gave this guy a list of hard SAT math questions. He got every question on wrong on purpose.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
To prove a point.
Yeah.
In order to get every question wrong, you have to know what the right answer is. Okay, so for this particular episode, we're going to be looking at the trailer as well as the various individuals performing. And I'm excited to see. Okay, full disclosure, by the time I've recorded this, I've already seen this stuff. But for the purposes of the podcast, let's pretend I haven't. And so let's see what the next batch of monsters and drag artists on this show has to offer.
Ready?
Go on.
So, Kendall, after watching that trailer, what are your thoughts?
Well, it looks like it's going to be fun. I like the bit with the sharks in it. Fucking baby shark stuffed animals going to be giving some of these drag artists So, for those of you who are uninitiated into my obsession with stuffed animals, I give like different characters to the different stuffed animals I have on the bed, and one of them is like this little shark. Do I have him over there?
Where's Baby Shark?
Where is Baby Shark? Is he off on a sermon or something? I can always cut this part. Yeah, I moved your chair. Just be mindful. Oh, found him. And just be careful of that plate. It's got fucking garlic butter in it. So I assign different personalities to my stuffed animals, and I have like this little baby shark right here that I got when I was like 8 years old. And for whatever reason, I gave him the persona of like a really zealous preacher, like Southern Baptist preacher. And so he's always like, I'm going to go proselytize to you and give you a sermon. God provides. This man is saved. This man's a sinner. You a sinner, Maddie. This is Kendall. I know what your real name is, demon. You a sinner. Kendall is saved. Maddie's a sinner. Well, anyways, if there's sharks in the water, I'm sure that, well, I watched that extermination challenge. I recognize some of those boys from my church. Saw a deacon over there and a minister there. A few choir boys, my organ player.
You got the whole fucking church down there.
I got the whole church to give a sermon to these damned. And they're damned because they're in an extermination challenge, not because they do drag. Yeah, I was about to say, you're walking a thin line, baby shark. Yeah, because they're in extermination challenge. I got this one cracking up so hard when I brought out baby shark. I fucking... Oh, God, okay. I know I'm supposed to talk about this in the episode 1 podcast.
You know the one that makes me laugh so fucking much.
What?
Is he still doing you know what?
He's still doing
I can't stay on the podcast.
Let's wait a little longer and then we'll bring him on. But, I know I'm supposed to wait till the episode 1 podcast to talk about this, but I just want to just be like, I love sharks, and even though I haven't ever dove before, I wouldn't have any issue diving next to sharks, because I know, because I've had teachers who did diving, and I've had a ex-boyfriend who was into marine biology. Sharks will not fucking hurt you when you dive with them most of the time.
See, I think with these exterminations, I see spiders, and I'm going to say this from this trailer. I know there's going to be skydiving again.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be skydiving.
Because that, like, I can swear, like, Maddie, you can tell me, did that not look like a skydiving plane to you?
Well, I saw a plane and a parachute. I remember, I forget what season it was on, but one of the fucking queens pussied out. And I'm like, first of all, when you skydive for the first time, you don't do it alone. You do it strapped onto a professional, so they handle the parachute and all the logistics of that and landing. It is the safest possible extermination you can do. There is no chance, or if there is a chance, it's very, like, lottery odds minuscule of you dying.
But I will say, bringing up the other trailer, I noticed a lot of guest stars, but one that really points out to me...
Land Insider.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Fine.
I've been waiting for her for years to be on Dragula. My favorite horror movie, serial killer, who plays Tiffany. You should know who this is, because you watched a lot of Chucky.
Well, I don't remember her name.
Jennifer Tilly.
Okay. I mean, the Chucky series is fine. It's not my go-to thing for horror. You know that I like more psychological, slow shit. Why do I love...
See, I like more gore, like, shing, shing, shing. And then he's like, why am I watching this movie? What is this movie about? Let me take it all in. That's what happened.
I just gotta get my bulge on camera. I finally got my hands on some Andrew Christians off of AliExpress. Because whether you buy them on Ali or from the Andrew Christian store, it comes from the same factory. And oh yeah, it's got like a nice bulge pouch in it. Makes my members seem larger.
I want to bring up, I showed Kendall us yesterday for like probably like how many times have you seen it before?
I've seen it like 2 other times.
So this has to be his 3rd time watching it, and he watches it. He did not get one part that I had to explain. He's like, that makes sense.
Well, I'm sorry that I didn't get it, because the 2 times I watched it before, my fucking stepmom wouldn't stop yapping through the fucking movie, so I couldn't pay attention. And I know that she's gonna watch this and probably get upset, but yeah, stepmom, you yap too much during family movies. That's part of the reason I have to be drunk to deal with them. Okay.
See, I've been showing him Halloween and horror movies that he's never seen, thanks to that.
Alright, so... I guess the next question is, who stood out to you the most, and were you gagged? Yeah, I say you wrote.
It says any looks or moments you were gagged on.
You get the idea.
That's what I'm like, who are you talking about? I'm gonna have to say, I already knew who was going to be on this season based on the rumor mill. Because yes, they posted online a lot of spoilers. And so why Drag Race had to take finales off too. But I will say this. I'm gonna have to say I am glad that Majesty and Jane's Majesty and also Yuri Guy are like fucking back. Because like I'm just like, you look at James and you look at Yuri, they didn't get a lot to show their art to who they really were.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm glad they're like back on there.
Do you want to expand a little bit more on those 2 people, since you have more experience watching them on television?
So, when it comes to Yuri, you have to understand, with Dragula, they love the versatility. You have the 3 pillars, of course. Do you know what those are? For those of you who don't know, Kendall, can you say it to them? For those who haven't seen Dragula before.
Yeah, the three pillars of Dragula. It's filth, horror, and glamour.
Okay. So back on that. So we go into Drag Race universe.
Try building a skyscraper on 3 pillars. See where that gets you. That shit'll topple over in a year.
And when it came to Yuri on Down Under, that's basically Australia, if you guys have never seen that. She didn't get time to show her art because they always kept telling her they want to see more than just spooky, which is her drag aesthetic. Punk rock spooky is her drag aesthetic. So it's like, how am I supposed to do glam? How am I supposed to do this? You didn't say that. You said drag race. You didn't and you said show cunt or charisma, uniqueness, serve, and talent.
Well, yeah, but of course, they say that, but then, as usual with most sorts of competitions, what they say is completely different than what they actually want. What I've noticed about Drag Race is that there's a certain look and aesthetic they're going for, and if you can't fit in, because I think you said there's like 4 types of aesthetics that will get you far on Drag Race.
What's it called? So it's the weirdo.
Yeah, weirdo.
But
glamorous weirdo. Would you say?
No, because I wouldn't say that, because if we look, like, Willow did some glam, but if we look at, like, Alaska, Evie, let's see, who else? Q did a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Whenever you say Q, I think of Q from Star Trek.
Spice did a lot of that, too.
Alright, so we've got maybe, like, versatile weirdo.
Yeah, so with weirdo, it's, like, a borderline. I think it's more, like, club kid, like, what do you call it? Wild card.
Yeah, I'd say weirdo is like a fusion of many different aesthetics and styles that are blended well together. But then the second one is easy, comedy.
That's comedy. And then you have the third one, which
Pageant.
is pageant. And then the fourth one is fashion.
Fashion, yeah. So if you can fit, at least based on our observations of Drag Race so far, if you don't fit into one of those 4 aesthetics, you're not going to go far.
I will tell you this. Samara, aka Mom, she had to break out of that sphere and focus on her aesthetic, but she can do, based on that advice, thanks to Keta Minaj, if you're listening to this, she broke out of that sphere with what Keta told her was, yes, this is my aesthetic, but I can do other things as well. I can be versatile if I need to be.
Yeah. Well, also, though, the way I see it is that once you've made it onto Drag Race, you've already won. You're already immortalized on some hard drive in Paramount Studios. So, getting on TV is winning. If you can win the competition or make top 4, that's even better, but getting on TV is winning. Stroke that ego.
But it's not all just Paramount, it's MTV now, too.
Oh, it's some hard drive in MTV's basement. They don't use film reels anymore.
And I think, well, to bring up your next question, let me see if I can answer. Do you remember when I showed you season 3?
Vaguely, yes.
You remember that one who kept calling out shit, and she was basically like cutthroat? She's like, I'm gonna call it out because I'm that kind of person, and they hated that.
See, the worst thing you can do around drag artists is be legitimately honest. That will make so many people angry.
So that's another reason why I was mad with season 3. I love season 3's winner because I love bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I am mad at season 3 because I think James didn't really get a chance to show who they were, and now they're known as Majesty because, I don't know if you know this, but James took a while away from the drag world to focus on themselves because they felt like they weren't ready. We saw it from the season, but then after seeing them come back, I think they have a lot more to show and a lot more to prove than before.
Yeah,
That's been 3 years.
I do not blame anyone for wanting to take a break from the drag world. I've taken breaks from the drag world. It is a very challenging, difficult, messy, and emotionally taxing world to be a part of.
And see, I guess, like, I will say this more on the first episode. I guess I, like... You remember that night I kept telling Yuri to stop getting in her head?
Yeah. Okay, so now we've picked apart the trailer, and we're going to move on to Meet the Monsters, where we're going to take a look at the... You know, I'd be nicer about this if I hadn't seen the first episode already and seen how bad the drama is going to get. The individuals, creatures, monsters, dumpster divers competing in this season. And then we're going to play a little game called Smash or Trash. Copyright. Where we'll say smash if we like it and trash if we don't.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, as the Boulet Brothers say, as I've also said in a different way, drag is art and art is subjective. So if we say trash, please don't take it personally. Although most people do. Most people in general, if you criticize them nowadays, do take it personally. They're like, "What, am I a bad person?" I'm like, "No, I just think that you're."
We're talking about your looks when you did your entrance looks.
Yeah, if you're ugly, that's a good thing because this is Dragula. If we say that you look pretty and beautiful, that's terrible.
Wouldn't trash be a compliment at that point?
Yeah, trash would actually be. Fuck, we got to switch it around then. Trash is good, smash is bad. Yeah, okay.
This is Kendall's podcast. So you would say smash.
No, we're switching. We're switching it around. Trash is good. Because, we want them to be ugly and filthy and disgusting.
So you want to fuck the bad looks.
Yeah, because that means quality. And then smash is like, I want to smash it with a fucking baseball bat. Or a golf club, Happy Gilmore style. All right,
I think we should keep smash or trash because I think it goes with your character.
You just want to keep it. You want to keep it as we wrote it already. Smash is good.
Yeah, because I kind of been writing your style like that for every other podcast that I've done, that I've written out for you. Well, Samara makes me do.
I will do it purely on the basis that it will be easier for listeners to understand. Purely on that basis.
Yeah, I think smash or trash.
All right, enough yapping from both of us. Let's take a look at this.
Okay, so I think you're going to have to keep it recording, and then what you're going to do, I'm going to pull up this, and what you're going to do from there. Remember how we do Drag Race usually? So it's easier?
Yeah, so we're just going to play it and then record over it?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to take the first break because I got to pee.
All right, break, and then don't forget to pour yourself a drink. Come off a break. Oh, my God.
There you go.
All right, so we got ourselves the stage. Looks like a giant, stage, like a bunch of seats in it. Okay, that's a great fucking look.
What do you want to say, the artist who it is?
It's Asia Consent, and that is an incredible fucking look. I love the teeth, I love the headpiece. The makeup is on point. That's a smash.
It's a smash.
That's an easy smash. Alright, what do we got? I'm not liking it so well.
Oh, I know directly what they say is that I used to like her until I saw the first episode, but I'm gonna go off basically based on looks.
That's a trash.
It's a trash.
But like that is just garbage, and not the good kind of garbage. No, that's fucking recycling. Put that in the blue bin. Keep it out of my dumpster.
Okay, I love this.
Oh my God!
It looks creepy as fuck.
Holy
and I'm gonna have to say smash.
I love that smash.
This is gray matter.
Gray matter. That's incredible. Yeah, this Drag Race just can't handle this level of creativity.
Do you want me to introduce the artist?
No, we're just gonna go on. We'll say.
Well, they're not gonna know who we're talking about.
Okay, go on. Fine, you can introduce them. I love the material these briefs are made of. It's like I can finger my hole through them. It's like some sort of spandex, I think. Maybe polyester hybrid. Okay, we got the Boulets doing stuff. Who's that?
Now we have Vivi the Force.
May the Force be with you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say this headpiece looks cute, especially the shoulders, but...
The outfit just seems a little messy. You know, I do like the black.
I'm gonna have to give it a mid.
I'll give it a very tough smash.
Now we have Pi.
Pi, 3.14159265.
Okay, I love this fucking look, because I love scary fucking clown shit. So this is a smash.
Yeah, this is another smash. The outfit is a little minimalistic, but it sells the point pretty well.
Okay, now we have Majesty. You already know this one is going to be a smash for me. Like I told you, I'm ready for her.
I mean, the outfit is kind of... The outfit just feels just kind of mediocre, in my opinion. It's trash by looks alone. Trash on looks alone. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Okay, now this is Auntie Heroine. Okay, this look I actually like, even from her entrance look. I'm gonna have to say this look is a smash, especially the mullet
I'm giving it
and how that green is.
I'm giving it a smash on the makeup and the mullet. I'm not a huge fan of how the dress looks.
I thought you would like the leather.
I don't know. The dress just looks kind of crap, but the makeup and the fucking mullet are so on point.
Okay, now we have Desiree Dick. Okay, I'm gonna say that I don't like the makeup per se. I don't really like this outfit. I really don't.
The makeup is just so
This is a trash.
trash. This is trash. This isn't good.
Okay, now we have. I think this is actually Severity. No, it's Jaharia.
Jaharia.
Okay, Jaharia, I know their family, and I'll tell you after this too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have to say, with this look, it looks out of the box, so that's gonna be a smash.
A smash for me as well.
Okay, Scylla. Oh, it feels very minimalistic. This is a trash.
Yeah, this is trash as well. This is fucking. Oh, look at that breastplate. Oh, did you see that? Did you fucking see that shoulder? Oh. No. Hold on a minute. No. Look at that. Fucking look at. So we're watching the Meet the Monsters right now. That breastplate is not covered. It is not blended at all. It is painfully obvious. I had to point that out. All right, let's get back to it. Here we go.
Severity. Stone. This is gonna be a mid.
This is a mid as well. It's my first mid. I see the concept. I just don't personally like it. She raided a fucking Michaels to get the fabric. She raided a Hot Topic and cut up all the skirts into little pieces.
Okay, Yuri, I do love this outfit because I like revealing now. So I'm gonna have to say this has to be probably like a smash for me.
That outfit was a mid for me. There are parts I liked, parts I didn't, and they kind of canceled each other out. I think I just saw e-girl eyes. Any one of those eyes was making like e-girl eyes. That's where like you'll have like a fucking cam girl who plays video games do like a fucking anime face like they're having an orgasm, and then like incels will fork over hundreds to thousands of bucks for their bath water. Isn't that fucking pathetic? By the way, I sell my piss in jars on eBay if anyone's interested. No, I don't actually. I can if you want though. I'll charge more based on how concentrated the uric acid is. Okay, so who is your Super Smash?
I'm gonna have to say either Gray Matter or Age of Consent.
I'd probably give it to Asia Consent. And then your Super Trash?
Now I agree. Now I agree with Gray on this. He says it on the first episode. We'll mention it there. I'm gonna say Desiree.
Yeah, I'd agree. All right, so we've got our first taste of these monsters, and now we're gonna see their interviews and see what they have to yap about. Sam hates it when I say yap.
Yes, because you sound like minimalistic.
Minimal. I don't think that's the
You
word
use big words if you're gonna say use a big word instead of yap. You can't think of one.
No, I can think of one, but yapping sounds more aggressive.
Yeah, but you can use a lot of big words that sound aggressive.
Well, I could always say making non-relevant conversation. Anyone who's a real fan of Star Trek The Next Generation will get the reference. Making non-relevant conversation. Oh, small talk. Look out for Commander Hutchinson.
I'm just gonna go in this order. Fuck the podcast order, so I'm just gonna go in this order.
Okay.
First up we have is this one.
Oh, there's closed captioning now. Yeah, we're gonna have to... Alright.
I was just pointing to you so you knew when it was on.
Okay, so go ahead. Who was that? Desiree?
That's Desiree Dick, everyone.
Desiree Dick? Sounds like a real dick.
I'm just gonna say, fans, if you guys are watching this, and Kendall can explain to the listeners, my face was like this the whole time.
I mean, the interview was just so generic. She's like, oh my god, I'm so slay and cunt and pussy, and I'm gonna spit in your face, and I'm gonna fuck everything up, and this and that. And I'm like, that's so generic. That's what every drag artist says.
I'm gonna have to say, Desiree just seems like off. There's just like...
She's not playing with a full deck of cards, if you know what I mean.
I really want to say this, but can I talk about it? Everybody's already probably seen the first episode by now.
Yeah, you could talk about it.
Okay, so Gray literally is like to her, where are the dicks? I don't see enough dicks. I think what he was trying to mention is, who are you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Desiree just seems like just pageant artist.
Fake.
Well, no, even worse. It's like, okay, pageant artist number 9,127 off the assembly line, submit for quality assurance. It's like a drag artist that was mass produced at a factory. No substance, no fucking uniqueness, nothing to make them stand out. It's just, I didn't even, after watching that interview, I didn't even remember their name. That's how generic and bland it was.
Now we're gonna go on to our next artist. Okay, to introduce the artist, it's Anti-Heroine. My first thoughts going into this 2-minute video that they gave us.
See, I actually remembered her name this time.
I'm gonna have to say I love the fucking artistry. We're gonna have to say the personality is completely fucking there for me.
Oh, it's all there. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. I didn't check out at all. I was completely tuned in for that entire interview. That is exactly what I asked for in drag. A vibrant, colorful, explosive personality. Not something that's, to use the word properly, demure.
That's what I want from, like, a monster, though. I want you to be evil. I want you to embrace the chaos, not be like, I don't know if I can do this right now. I'm on an interview.
Don't be shy. Don't be reserved. Don't be demure.
Be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself. And don't be pageant queen number 9,721.
Okay, so now we have Jaharia, and before I lead it off to Kendall, I will fucking say...
Bored.
Can I just say the point? I just said before I lead it off to Kendall.
No, I just wanted to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Keep you on your toes. Someone's got to fucking do it.
You're gonna go first. I just want to mention this before you talk about her.
Well, again, I'm just keeping you on your toes.
So as I said, Jaharia. So actually, I found out this week she comes from Q and another one of my favorite monsters, Cynthia Doll's family, and I was excited about that.
So I mean, for me personally, I thought the interview was just kind of generic. It's like if I was hiring someone for a company, it'd be like, hi, my name is so and so. I have a degree in such and such from so and so suck ass university. I have 3 years of work experience in Java and
okay,
C++.
so I think I beg to differ with that, Kendall. Like she said she conquered her fears. What she's doing clown, she's doing camp, she's doing like even like glamour with that style, and she's not afraid to hide her like personality away. I think it's the way like
I guess
Kendall doesn't like. Let me say this. Kendall doesn't like certain kind of like states the way that like the accents come out.
Well, it's not even a matter of the accent. I guess what it is like the interview we watched before, the personality there was so strong that this one it feels kind of muted. Like if I hadn't watched Anti-Heroine's interview before, I probably would have been less bored. Because it's kind of hard to top what we got in Anti-Heroine's interview.
I think I love Jaharia. I will say that, and that's not only because of the family she comes from.
We'll see.
Okay, so correction, fans. That was Jane's Majesty. It's actually season 2, not season 3.
Yep, we got that straightened out. So I just want to say, in that interview, Majesty probably said one of there's a few phrases that I look out for that indicates genuine creativity and high levels of intellect in a person.
So what do you think about her coming back, though?
Hold on a minute, let me just say this. And one of those phrases that Majesty said is, "I have no idea what I'm doing." And when someone says that, what that tells me is that they're not locked into a singular mindset. So they're open to all sorts of new ideas and possibilities. And so, and the interview was actually quite fun. And I'm interested to see how she has changed since season 2. Because season 2 of Dragula was a real drama shit show. So is this season so far, based on episode 1.
You said you like drama, though.
Oh yeah, I love drama. I also get blackout. My liver doesn't like drama. Because when I have to witness drama, I start drinking. So my liver doesn't like it.
Alcoholic.
Well, you see, if I wanted to do liver workouts, I could just down some Dayquil and then drink, so that my liver just has to, do the heavy lifting with that alcohol and acetaminophen. Fatty liver tissue and die of liver cancer.
Well, I will say with Majesty, I'm glad she's back. I see the transformation is there compared to what we got before. And I'm glad that she took that time, like I said before, she took that time to actually grow on who she was and be more open about her art and her creativity.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That statement is such, and I guess this sort of comes from my job as an engineer. That statement always lines up with some of the smartest people I've ever worked with in engineering.
Okay, so next artist is Age of Consent. Before I let Kendall go on, I'm going to say lead this time.
You know what I noticed? Asia Consent sounds like Age of Consent.
See, I like drag artists that can do that. I play on, names.
No, but this goes into... So, last night, I got to watch Hocus Pocus, and you've got all these, old ladies running around we're gonna look for kids. We want 8-year-olds. And I'm like, no. I'm like...
We just told you no.
We're recording right now. Oh my. Well, I'm like, okay. So we were watching Hocus Pocus, and these witches are all like, oh, we're gonna get the 8-year-old kids, and we need kids, and oh, you're so young, and I want to play with you. And I'm like... This is seeming a little sus right now.
Because they could say shit like that back in the day. Do you not remember SpongeBob? Scary Movie. Do you not remember any of those? I bet you if you watched those old SpongeBob episodes before the new ones were made, you would be like, this is what my parents had me watch back then?
Well, I have watched all the old SpongeBob episodes. I haven't noticed anything in particular that really stood... I have noticed some of the sexual innuendos and some of the... But the adult humor isn't really inappropriate. It's more so mature stuff. First, to be a man, first puff out your chest. Then say, tax exemption. Tax exemption! Where's my tax exemption?
Or do you remember Scary Movie for that example?
I love the Scary Movie series so much.
Yeah, I bet you if you watch Scary Movie 1 and 2, you can't say that shit. You can't do that shit nowadays.
Oh man, but
I will say, going on with Age of Consent. So, I love the art. The art is definitely there for me. That personality
Absolutely.
is there. I also love the one thing that really stuck out for me. I probably stole this from you, but I did pick up on this before you said you did when we watched it. I love that she can be go into the cosplay world. Loves anime and video games. Loves all of that.
She's a geek. She's a geek. I don't know if she's a nerd, but she's definitely a geek. But she said that she would slit her throat for the competition. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit far. I mean, I wouldn't slit my throat for something like that, but I would slit your throat. Well, for less. I'd slit your throat for a free Happy Meal.
Not if I did it first.
But, I would slit your throat happily.
Let's just say we can't say certain things on the podcast because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to do to you while you were asleep.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep C4. I ingested a brick of C4, and if anything were to happen to me, a detonator will go off and obliterate you.
Well, I'm immortal, so nothing would happen.
Yeah, but AJ would be dead.
Not in hell.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie wouldn't join him.
He just wouldn't have Sam there.
Maddie.
No, I'm talking about AJ wouldn't be dead because if I went to hell and did it to you.
Oh, Maddie ingested a brick of C4.
AJ doesn't want to kill Maddie though.
Yeah. Well.
Trust me. For non-believers, if you ever get into a relationship, you'll get to that point where you guys just want to kill each other. But that is a good thing. As Maddie has always said, if you want to kill me, that's love.
Well, listen. When you're thinking about killing your significant other, the question you need to ask yourself is this. Is their life insurance paid off in full? And are you the beneficiary of it? If that's a yes to both, sayonara.
And no, that's why I can't do it.
Yeah, my life.
Okay, so next up we have pie.
For those of you watching the video, you can see the look on my face.
I like the artistry, but the personality, yes, it may be over the top, but I feel like it's here, and then you hit here, and then here. It's no pinpoints.
There is. Oh God! Now I'm gonna draw upon my experience in oration. Being over the top all the time. That's a Michael Bay movie. We know that Michael Bay movies aren't very good usually. The problem is that, and I go back to Auntie Heroine again because that interview was so goddamn good. There's a way to be over the top and a way not to be. A way not to be is if I'm yelling all the fucking time and keeping it cranked up to 11 24/7 with absolutely no change in inflection or emphasis. Like that. The proper way to do it.
Or you could be like Maddie, I need to tell the same story again. So blah 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 blah. You wanna know the thing that he started doing? You wanna know the thing that I started doing? I just turned myself off and all I hear is womp 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 womp.
Oh, you'd be surprised the number of times you do that to you. The moment I hear something like, Maddie, you made me, and I'm like, up, tune out, and you're like, I'm like, shh. I feel
okay, but if you tell the same fucking story again and again and again, okay, the audience gets the point. But I'm like, I need to talk. I'm having a conversation with you.
That's another phrase that automatically tunes me out.
Okay, so we say again and again and again and again, and I'm like, Maddie, I heard the story like 7 times.
This is a real conversation. The phrase "I'm having a conversation" is just another term for "I'm going to yap at you."
I mean, okay. So here's the point, audience. So this is kind of hypercritical.
Hypercritical or hypocritical?
What is it called when a person does something, but you won't let the other person do it?
Well, that is hypocritical, but hypocrisy is doing something that is against what you preach.
Okay, well, after I tell my piece, you tell me what it is.
Okay, he's got a piece, everyone. Duck and cover! He's got a fucking piece!
A piece? What does that mean?
Gun.
It's a gun now?
Yeah. Mr. Fucking I grew up in the ghetto. When someone says, I got a piece, it means they have a gun.
We don't say we got a piece.
I've heard people say that before.
Where did you live?
Well, like one of my friends who owns quite a bit of firearms, he says, yeah, I got a piece in the glove box. I'm like, okay, you've got a loaded firearm in there.
Yeah, we don't say that in D.C.
But, oh, God, we actually, when I was in Jacksonville, we actually had a scare.
That's why you're from Jacksonville.
When I was in Jacksonville recently, we actually had a scare on the road, and my friend almost pulled out his gun. Because we had someone put his hazards on. We were kind of in the road by ourselves. Guy puts his hazards on and tries to block us on the road. And my friend is afraid that we're going to get carjacked or something. So I see him reach for his gun. But thankfully, nothing came of it. But that was exciting.
I'll tell you another story that happened. I'm going to say it off the podcast, though.
Yeah, off the podcast. So, hey, we almost got into a gunfight. That's Jacksonville for you.
So, okay. So, let's say one person keeps telling the same story multiple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they also said to their partner, I don't like when you tell me the same story. It's like, it just becomes annoying when you do that.
Well, I lose track of stories I've told you.
No, but I'm saying, what is that called?
What, when I tell you the same...
When you told... Okay, the partner I'm mentioning, the partner is Maddie.
Okay.
He told me...
Well, if I've told you the same story, then you tell me that I've already told you.
And I say that, and then you keep going on.
Well, yeah, because I can.
Yeah, because you have a freedom. Okay.
I am living my truth.
Okay, let me say this.
I am living my authentic life.
I know you are living your truth, but let me. I'm trying to get to the point.
I got him to say it.
Okay, so the point is, now, it's hypocritical. That's the word I'm looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hypocritical when you tell me I can't tell the same story multiple times.
When have I ever
That
said
was
that?
the point. The beginning of the relationship.
When? Name a specific time.
North Carolina, when we were in the bed, and it happened to be actually like when you were staying with me.
When?
When we were in the bed.
What was the story about?
You hated me talking to you about like an ex-boyfriend that I had used to do the same thing.
Oh, so you were complaining at me. That's why I
wasn't complaining at you. How I put it was like, Fenn used to do that. Fenn used to do that, and then I went on, but I wasn't talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
I never talked about you when I told that story. Because I don't compare you to my exes.
Oh, okay.
Comparing to your exes is very wrong. PSA.
Yeah, don't compare your partner to your exes, and if your partner does do that, make them homeless immediately. Save your mental health.
I will say, out of the podcast, Kendall may be very toxic, but out of the podcast, he is a loving, caring boy. We're talking about Maddie here.
People get so weirded out when I crack my neck like that in the club. People say, "Oh my God, Kendall, you're menacing and intimidating." I'm like, no, I'm a big huggable teddy bear.
Because they think you're scary.
Why do they
That's
think...
your drag art, though.
Well, they should stop being pussies and have a little bit of confidence every once in a while.
Well, some people don't like spooky drag.
Yeah, they're pussies. Although I've found that the spooky drag... And I am going to say this because it's my podcast. I find that the spooky drag artists in Orlando are some of the biggest pussies I've ever dealt with. That's why I don't associate with their scene.
Okay, I'm cutting that out. So next up, we have Vivi the Force.
That's their name?
Yes.
Sorry, that interview was just so fucking generic.
I'm really at a loss of words. I kind of don't know what to say. I mean, like...
I don't have anything. It's
good
like...
Good job. You did a
good job.
assignment.
Good job. You checked all the boxes in the rubric. Proud of you, son, or daughter, or individual who I birthed without their consent. As they'd say in Content Machine.
Okay, next up we have Stella. What do you think, Kendall?
Huh? I mean, that breastplate was just so fucking obvious. It was painfully obvious. But, I think I've cracked the code. The more drama a drag artist says they're going to cause or causes, the less talent they have.
I have a lot of feelings. It's mostly tied to episode 1.
Yeah?
There's 2 people I don't like so far from episode 1.
I know that.
So I'm and Scylla happens to be one of them.
And I know that you are keeping the reasons for that close to your chest because you're afraid that certain people might say mean things to you on social media because of that.
Oh, I can say Scylla, definitely. I can say Scylla because I'm just like, Scylla has an inner cunt or a bitch somewhere inside of there.
An inner cunt.
And I think she hasn't. Let me see the rest of the season before I say like she needs more experience.
Yeah, because we've had experiences like that. Like remember in season 16 Tsunami Muse, when originally we didn't like her because of that Muse name, but then as we saw her along the season, we actually started liking her a lot because she was a nice person.
Yes.
Yeah, so who knows? Who fucking... So, this is Dragula. They're probably going to get worse and worse as the season goes on, and I'll get drunker and drunker and die of liver failure by the time the finale rolls along.
Okay, next up we have Severity Stone. I'm going to have to say, from the interview, she seems very timid and shy.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you all were awake. Sorry, go on.
Well, like I was saying, now another part that I have to cut out.
Don't cut that out.
Now, as I was saying with Severity, she's more timid and shy. I guess, like, she's nervous, too. And it seems like she's either hiding or she's scared.
Oh, she's shitting her.
It's like she's scared to be there.
She's shitting. Well, we know what eventually happens to her. We'll talk about it in Baby Shark's sermon.
Well, Kendall, what do you think of Severity?
I wasn't impressed. Again, seemed very generic, not really confident, really reserved. I mean, okay, because there's two ways of hiding something. You can hide something because you're afraid to reveal it, or you hide something because you don't want to reveal it for sort of clandestine reasons. Like, I don't want to show off who I am because that gives me an advantage, and I'm going to reveal that at a certain point.
But it seemed like she didn't even know who the fuck she was.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think she knows her own address or what her name is. She might have a severe case of anterograde amnesia. Anterograde amnesia is horrible. That's where... retrograde amnesia is where you don't remember the past. Anterograde amnesia is where you're stuck in a singular moment of your life forever. So, like, let's say that you woke up out of bed with anterograde amnesia. You would go through the day, fall asleep again, wake up, and you would think it was yesterday. And the cycle would repeat over and over again. You would be trapped in a singular moment in your existence. And that is existentially horrifying.
It does sound horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe another extermination.
Well, no, that wouldn't be an extermination. That would be a lawsuit if the Boulets gave someone anterograde amnesia.
Kendall, you want to introduce the next artist?
Yeah, it's like Aurora something.
Aurora Gosmic.
Aurora Gosmic. And like, she's a fucking pretentious, obnoxious trans queen. So yeah. That's really about it. She didn't stick out. If you're watching the video, if you're not listening, so for those of you just listening to the audio, if in the video, like with each of these interviews, my face just gets worse and worse because there's such a lack of any form of fucking command.
Okay, so I will say this because I did have time to watch the interviews and meet the queens before, so I liked her then. Now, after the first episode, that feeling has been changed. Okay, so next up we have Gray Matter. This is what I want for a drag artist. Be confident. Be who you are. Have fun with drag.
See, if you're watching the video, you can see that my face has gotten a lot better. Because this was another great fucking interview. Yeah.
But can I keep going on? I have more to say.
Oh, you have more to say?
Yeah, because you keep cutting me off.
Well, first, I would like to take 3 seconds of silence to appreciate the flow of the universe.
3 seconds.
Hey, you didn't say Mississippi.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No. When counting seconds, you should say that one town in like Iceland that has like a really long name. One such and such and such and such. But go on.
But yeah, anyway, the going on. I love also a person that's also gender fluid, and he can gender bend and put his creativity into his gender fluidity. That's what I do. That's what I want. That's what I like.
I just fuck. Oh yeah, I'm a talentless hack that just fucks his way into positions of power. But that being said, yeah, this gray matter definitely have my eye on this individual. I love seeing another gender fluid artist. It's someone who does weird shit and someone who's actually confident with themselves. I don't see that very often in drag, people who seem genuinely confident with who they are. So yeah, I'm excited, and I want to see as much of this person as possible, and I hope they go really far and, kill off all the other competitors that I don't like.
And after this, we have probably one more interview left, but I will be mentioning all the artists' names again, and then Kendall will lead on to his next point, because I know Kendall doesn't remember names till mid-season. Same as me. Next up, we have one of my other favorites from Drag Race Down Under, Yuri. So Yuri, I feel, is more confident. She knows, she's actually living her art. She's actually being on the show that she's supposed to be, and I think that's why she's more free-willing to do that, and that's why she's more open. Kendall?
Oh my god, this fucking guy on Grindr is threatening to expose my nudes to my friends and family and job, and honestly, it's kind of turning me on. Sorry. What were we talking about again?
Yuri.
Oh, Yuri. Interview was, it was fine. I never paid attention, rather, to Drag Race Down Under, but I'm interested to see what they have to bring. Although I do remember you telling me that she wasn't accepted on Drag Race for her spooky aesthetic, so hopefully she'll be accepted on Dragula.
Okay, so mentioning artists' names, and then I'm going to have Kendall pick it up. We have Desiree Dick, Anti-Heroine, Jaharia, Majesty, Asia Consent, Pie, Phoebe the Force, Scylla, Severity Stone, Aurora Gosmic, Grey Matter, and Yuri. And I know the next part is going to talk about, something that I'm not going to mention because I'm going to have Kendall say it, and then I'm going to put the page back for Kendall.
Alright, Sam, who's standing out to you?
Okay, so, as I don't remember names, some either, I'm going to have to say, if I had to pick a top 4 right now, it's going to have to definitely be Grey Matter, Yuri, Majesty, and Anti-Heroine.
Anti-Heroine and Grey Matter for me. And I didn't even have to look to remember the names. That's how much they stuck out to me.
Who's not standing out to you?
The rest of them.
Well, is there someone that's really, really, really not standing out to you?
Oh, no, the rest of them.
Okay, well, we have his answer. I think mine's going to have to be...
Oh, and Asia Consent is up there as well.
Yeah, that's another one. I'm going to have to say Severity or Aurora. So
asking me who doesn't stand out to me. Well, if they didn't stand out to me, it's not like I'm going to remember who they are. Think, Sam. Logic. Brains. Like I have. You can learn something from me. Are you taking notes?
I'm just following the questions that you have put there.
Here's Maddie's diary. It's Maddie's diary. Time to read some embarrassing things. I'm about to expose Maddie.
Let's take this away from Kendall.
Come on. Can I expose Maddie's secrets?
Continue with your podcast.
But I want to expose...
Continue your podcast.
Okay, well, I'll continue my podcast. We've entered a new segment called Exposing Maddie's Darkest Secrets. Now, give me that fucking journal. Give me that diary. Give me his little bit. I bet you he says he loves K-pop in there.
Do you want me to give you Dustin so you do macaroni art?
I bet you he says he loves Justin Bieber in there.
Or I can give you Patron.
You wouldn't dare get Dustin.
Oh, Dustin!
Oh, no. Remember him? Remember him we talked about?
Dustin, I need help with Maddie.
What is this? Is Mommy doing another podcast?
No, Kendall's not getting back on topic. And I need your help. Because he wants to take Maddie's diary and read it.
I want want to read his diary. Let's take a look. We'll keep... Ah! Dear diary, I can't read Maddie's diary. He's so closed in and cut off from other people, always holding everyone at arm's... Well, we'll get back on topic. I understand we were discussing Christmas. So, we were discussing who's your Super Smash. Well, I guess you already talked about your Super Smash list. Your top
now
4.
You get why I was following along. Numbnuts.
Bitch, I can do whatever I want. You're not even a person to me. You're a dog. You're an animal. You're like Max. You're like... Where's that fucking dog? Let's make something very clear, Sam. This is you. This is you right here. This is your spirit animal.
So, I see we have a hot guy right here.
Hi, mofo. Max is asking where Dustin is.
Wherever Maddie threw him.
Well, Max killed Dustin again. Okay, so, yeah, we've just covered meeting the monsters in the trailer, and so I'm interested to see where it goes from here. And I'm excited. Finally, a drag show that I actually enjoy watching and don't want to do horrific things to myself. When I watch it. Just for that.
No. There's a reason why I'm laughing. The fans don't need to.
Listen here, motherfucker. If you don't start showing some respect, I'm gonna grab one of Maddie's oil changing funnels, stick it in your ass, and you're gonna boof this entire bottle of fucking tequila.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, you'll die of alcohol. Pro tip, if you want to get drunk quickly, boof it. Stick it in your ass. It'll absorb it faster.
Actually, I've had friends that have had alcohol poisoning. They didn't die.
Oh, when you boof it, there's a much higher likelihood you'll die. Because with boofing, it doesn't go through your stomach, so you can't throw it up. It gets absorbed directly into the blood vessels in your asshole, so you can't throw it up. And so you actually can die from boofing. I remember when they boofed in Jackass. That was fucking fun. All right, fans. Enough. We should do a Jackass stream someday. That's enough, though, of our episode of Boys Night. We've kicked off Dragula Season 6 with a bang, and trust me, there is so much alcohol abuse, drama and glamour and horror and filth coming along. So stay tuned, and make sure you have a glass of your preferred alcohol in hand to help you get through these podcasts, because Lord knows I fucking need that shit, even when it's my own podcast. Until then, keep it spooky, and we'll see you again later on. Is there anything you want to say, Sam?
Keep supporting Covenant D'Angelo Entertainment.
Give us money!
They need more fans.
Give us money. Your disposable income would be nice. You just got money lying around, burning a hole in your pocket.
Well, no one does tip during the show.
Sure, you could invest it in your retirement, put it in an S&P 500 index fund, or buy treasury bonds.
Also, another thing that's been going around on social media lately, I do want to say this, and this goes for Kendall. This is something for you. Support more drag kings.
Well, like I said, you could do something useful with your money, or you could donate it to another drag king. That's another useful thing. Or you could give it to me. If you really want to dispose of it, I will happily dispose of that money for you. Until then, this is Kendall and Sam. We're done here.